I was one of 200 or so people that was fully sponsored by Deloitte's GSAP program across all of Deloitte US last year, and I'm gonna break it down here for you how I did it. All right, so the first piece is that you are going to want to make sure that you can get sponsorship of people at the firm who will support you as you go up for this. So I would say partners and MDs. You need people that you've worked with that will go up to bat for you and that will really recommend you as this person is worth investing in. Like, since it's really an investment from the firm, right? Like, what's the ROI of, investing for this person? What will it be worth it? What will the school bring for them? You need to be thinking through things like that. And then when you're putting together your storytelling, because you have to apply with your initial packet, and then you find out later if you're invited to pitch, and then you build like a short a pitch deck that you send as a pre-read, and then you'll pitch. So hopefully I can make a video about this. I don't know. That was the process, at least when I was doing it. So you also want to think about what makes you valuable. Like, how do you position yourself, right? There's tons of talented people there. Like, why should they invest in you? So think about that. Why should they invest in you? For me, I said, I had kind of a non-traditional path within the firm, which is a little unusual in consulting. I started in internal marketing. I thought that's what I wanted to do. And then I moved into internal strategy. And then from there, I realized that I worked with a lot of consultants, a lot of M&A strategy consultants. I realized I liked digital products and marketing, but I also liked the way consultants worked and the efficiency. So from there, I moved into Deloitte Digital and worked in consulting. So I chose to position this as, look, I could have left the firm over these 7 years, but I chose to look around internally and figure out my path and what I wanted to do, and did it here instead of, leaving. And that shows loyalty. And this is, why I think, part of why I think I'm a great candidate. I also chose some things like, look, I studied, I'm in digital consulting. I studied business undergrad at UNC, which is a great business program. But at least at the time, it wasn't as tech heavy. It was very strategy consulting, very finance focused. And I was like, look, I'm in tech now and I'm learning a lot on the job, but I would really like the opportunity to step back from work and dive deeply into learning more about technology. And I picked a program that was much more focused in technology than a lot of my peers who wanted more of that like traditional strategy experience. And another thing that's really helped me as I applied for GSAP and also applied to be from UNC to get into UNC's business school undergrad was to emphasize my interest in the world and how I'm so interested in things around the globe. Like, I studied Hindi at UNC. I loved getting to travel to India for work, and I actually pitched to a partner like, hey, I think our relationship is a little fractured. Like, can I go and help with X, Y, and Z and I'll do it all myself. I'll figure it out. And he was like, yeah, sure. So I got to go with his sponsorship to India, and I could talk about that more in another video. For the pitch deck, I kind of just laid out, what is the plan? What's the game plan here? Like, okay, I'm gonna, here's the schools I'm really looking at. Here's why. Here's what I've learned so far at the firm and in my career. And here's, how going to these schools, what's my plan at the schools, right? There's a million things going on with an MBA, because you can't focus on everything. So my focus wasn't really in an MBA to get this leadership role, because I already have that experience in consulting, right? Mine was to really dive into tech. Mine was to build something from scratch, from 0 to 1, because I was in product consulting at Deloitte, but I hadn't built my own product. So I really wanted to go to a program where I could build my own product. And that's easier now with all of these vibe coding things, but I graduated in 2025. But yeah, I wanted to go somewhere where I could build my own thing, really focus on tech, and get the skills that I'm teaching people about, right? From a different perspective. I hope this helps. Let me know in the comments what other videos you would like to see. I'm happy to make more, though my phone is always running out of storage, so I might make them if you guys encourage me, and it's a big priority because this does take up a little more space. So let me know what you'd like to see more of, and yeah, good luck. Best of luck to you. You can accomplish more than you think. And it never hurts to try. So appreciate you following along. Please subscribe so you don't miss out on my next video.